Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namah Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sanyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. My humble obeisances to all the devotees. Yesterday we discussed several Krishna Lilas, Krishna's Balya Lilas, including some of his butter stealing pastimes, and especially Putana Lila, Shakatasur Lila, Trinavarta Lila. One day, all the Gopas, headed by Nanda Maharaj and Upananda, came together for a meeting. The meeting is mainly for the safety of Krishna and Balaram. Because when Krishna was 6 days old, Putana came and attacked him. Somehow Krishna was saved from their perspective. Then, next, when Krishna was 3 months old, a ghost entered this cart, Shakatasur, and somehow Krishna was saved from that accident also. Later, when Krishna was 1 year old, again another demon named Trinavarta attacked. And after that, when Mother Yashoda tied Krishna to a wooden grinding mortar, because she became little angry with his mischievous activities, Krishna dragged the wooden mortar between two Yamalarjuna trees and uprooted them. But people did not know that Krishna uprooted them. They thought, oh, Krishna is in danger. There may be some ghosts here. Without any wind, without someone taking an axe and cutting these trees, how can the trees just fall down on their own? What would have happened? Thank you. What would have happened if the trees fell on Krishna? So all the Vrajavasis felt very anxious about Krishna's safety, Krishna's protection. So they thought that this Gokul Mahavan is filled with so many demons. So we should relocate. When you find a place, some place very inconvenient for you to stay, not safe for you, or not safe for the kids, or not very conducive for the education of kids, you consider relocation, right? Relocating to a different country or different place. I have seen some devotees in Melbourne. They could not handle the climate changes there. It's very cold, very rare to see sun. So many of them relocated to a warmer place, that is Brisbane. So similarly in Vrindavan also, in Gokul Mahavan also, because there were so many disturbances because of some demons or ghosts, all the cowhead men headed by Upananda and Nanda Maharaj, they considered relocating. But as soon as the thought of relocation entered their mind, they immediately implemented it. There was a big meeting amongst all the Gopas, and Upananda proposed, I think we should relocate. Then immediately everybody approved it, and on the same day they made preparations for shifting. So they have kept all their belongings on bullock carts, and they allowed all the gopis, matajis, and small children to sit on the bullock carts, and they kept cows in front, and all the cowherdmen, they did not sit on bullock carts. They started walking. That's how they all shifted from Gokul Mahavan to Vrindavan. For them, Krishna's safety is of prime concern. So they all shifted, and they made some temporary arrangement for their stay, and eventually they made their good homes in Vrindavan on the bank of Yamuna near Govardhan. So Upananda proposed that it's a very wonderful place. We have nice forests for cows to go and eat their grasses. We have nice meadows and pasturing grounds for kids to play. There is Yamuna river, there is Govardhan mountain to provide all the necessities for all of us. So let's go. So everybody shifted. Such a beautiful sight to see, and also a beautiful decision to take. This is how we need to take decisions. Whichever place is conducive for our spiritual advancement, that place is worth living. Whichever place is filled with a lot of distractions, that place is not worth living. Although it may be externally comfortable. So all of them shifted to Vrindavan. By this time, Krishna is about 3 years, 4 months old. Yesterday we discussed 3 types of Lilas, right, in Vrindavan: Balya, Pauganda, and Kaishora. Balya Lila is relishable by Vatsalya devotees. Then Pauganda Lila by Sakhya devotees. Then Kaishora Lila by Madhurya devotees. So generally, first 5 years of someone's life is considered Balya stage, also called Kaumara stage. Then from 6 to 10 it is Pauganda age. From 10 to 15 it is Kaishora age. Beyond 15, 16 plus it is Yavana, right? But Krishna grows in a different way. Krishna completes his Balya stage in 3 years, 4 months. Means when Krishna is 3 years, 4 months old, he looks like a 5-year-old boy. His bodily growth and his intellectual growth is like that of a 5-year-old boy. And when Krishna is 6 years, 8 months old, he looks like a 10-year-old boy. His bodily growth and his intellectual growth is like a 10-year-old child. And when Krishna is 10 years old, he looks like a 15-year-old boy. And from 16, Krishna never grows. Even when Krishna is 100 years old, he looks like a 16-year-old boy only. That is Krishna's growth. But ordinary people in this world, they take 15 years to come to Yavana stage. And in 15 more years, they'll come to Vriddhapya. They'll become old age. So, anyways, by this time, Krishna is 3 years, 4 months, like that. They all shifted to Vrindavan. All the cowherd men thought that we must send Krishna and Balaram and all the Gopas of similar age to the forests now, along with little calves. Because they are cowherd men, they need to be trained in their profession of taking care of cows. Vaishyas means they take care of cows, they do cow protection and they take care of agriculture. Krishi Goraksha, Vanijyam. That is their activity. Of course, they are not so much into Vanijyam, but definitely Krishi Goraksha is happening in Vrindavan. So, they wanted to train their kids in cow protection. So, but kids are very small, cows are very big. So, better give small calves to the kids. So, all the kids and calves will go to the forest. That is training. And that forest is not so far from their home also, nearby forests. That's how they are trained. So Krishna and Balaram and all the Gopas like Sridhama, Sudama, Stoka, Krishna, Madhumangal, all of these boys, they took little calves and they went to the nearby forest. Then, on the very first day, when Krishna and Balaram and all the Gopas went to the forest, a demon came there. And this demon was sent by Kamsa. And the demon took the form of a calf, Vatsasur. And all the other boys thought that this is our calf only. If it is not my calf, it must be the calf of another boy. They were thinking like that. But Krishna noticed that this calf is not our calf. This calf is not a calf only, it's a demon. So Krishna slowly went and picked up that calf by its hind legs and then twirled it around like this and threw it on the top of a tree. And the tree is Kapitha tree. And because of the body weight of the demon, that Kapitha tree shook and all the Kapitha fruits fell down and all these cowhead boys went and picked up the fruits and started eating them. And then they remembered, oh, we have to take lunch now. They took lunch. But very soon, another demon came in the form of a crane. That is Bakasur. And this Bakasur is the brother of Putana. Therefore, Putana is also called Baki. Aho Bakiyam Stanakala Kutam. And this Bakasur came in the form of a gigantic crane, looks like a white mountain, snow mountain. And this crane came, and as soon as it came close to Krishna, this crane opened its beak, swallowed Krishna. That's all, within a moment. Seeing this, all the cowherd boys became very perturbed. They fell unconscious, including Balaram. Even Balaram also fainted, seeing that his brother was swallowed by this Bakasur. And Krishna is there within the throat. He did not pass into the belly. He is there in the throat. Small boy, but gigantic crane. Then seeing that all the boys fell unconscious, even Balaram also fainted, then all the devatas became very concerned. Brahma came there on his swan carrier. He used his Brahma Danda to punish or to kill Bakasur. But nothing happened to Bakasur. Then Indra came. He released his thunderbolt weapon. Nothing happened to Bakasur. Shiva came with his Trishul. He also attacked. I think Indra's thunderbolt or Shiva's Trishul, one of these weapons, they cut one wing of Bakasur. And many other people tried. Yamaraj came with Yamadanda. Bhadrakali came there. Then wind god came. Vayu came and started blowing so much of wind. And Bakasur, nothing happened to him. Fire god came, tried to burn Bakasur, nothing happened to Bakasur. Like that, all the devatas, about Garga Samhita lists some 10-12 devatas who came and tried to burn Bakasur, kill Bakasur and do so many things to Bakasur. And Bakasur at one point fell unconscious but did not die. And all the devatas failed in their attempts to attack or kill Bakasur. Now everybody fainted. Why Balaramji fainted? Balaramji is aware of Krishna's powers, but still he also fainted out of affection. Sometimes when a devotee is overwhelmed by affection for the Lord, those affectionate feelings cover their knowledge of Krishna's godhood, Krishna's powers. Powers may be there, but affection is more powerful than all these powers, or awareness of the powers. So Balaramji, generally he doesn't get affected, but this time he got affected out of affection for his brother. Affected by affection. So then Krishna, who is there in the throat of Bakasur till now, he started becoming hotter in his throat. He generated heat from his own body. After all, Krishna is the source of Bhumi Rapo Nalo Vayu Khammano Buddhirevacha Ahankara Iti Yammi Bhinna Prakriti Rashtada. So earth, water, fire, air, ether, all these elements ultimately came from Krishna. Krishna is the source of all these material elements, Panchamahabhutas. Therefore, it's okay. Therefore, Krishna generated heat. That's my bro. Yeah. Krishna generated heat from his own body, and Bakasur could not handle this heat. Bakasur opened his mouth and Krishna came out of the mouth. And just like a small child picks up a blade of grass and bifurcates that into two, Krishna held the huge beak of Bakasur and bifurcated that into two. Then Bakasur died within no time. And all the boys became so excited, so happy. They were praising Krishna. And with so much of happiness, they took their calves and came from the forest to their homes. Then they informed their parents, the elderly Gopas headed by Nanda Maharaj. They said, please repeat after me. Iti nandadayo gopaham Krishna Rama kathamudam kurvanto ramavanascha navindam bhavavedanam. Iti nandadayo gopaha. In this way, all the Gopas headed by Nanda Maharaj, Krishna Rama Katha Muda, with great happiness, they are relishing the Katha of Krishna and Balaram. All the smaller Gopas, the friends of Krishna, Sakhya Bhaktas of Krishna, they are directly witnessing the pastimes of Krishna in the forest. Then they are coming back from the forest and narrating those pastimes with great excitement to all the elderly Gopas. The elderly Gopas are inquiring from these boys, what happened in the forest today? What all have you done? What games did you play? Just like when the kids come back from school, parents ask, what did you do in the school today? Similarly, the Gopas are asking, what happened in the forest? Then the kids say, today a big demon came in the form of a big crane, and this crane swallowed Krishna. We thought we lost Krishna. We fainted, and by the time we became conscious, then Krishna just bifurcated the beak of the demon and killed him effortlessly. Oh really? Is it like that? And they ask more details. The older Gopas ask more details, and the younger Gopas give whatever details they know. 3-year-old kids in their own broken languages. So that is Krishna. The Gopas are constantly in discussion about Krishna's pastimes. Vitinandadayo Gopaha Krishna Rama Katha Muda. With great happiness, they are discussing the pastimes of Krishna and Balaram. Kurvanto Ramamanascha. They are doing it with great satisfaction, not boredom. Navindam Bhavavedanam. Therefore, they did not experience any material tribulations. If you think that you are undergoing so many distresses in life, so many problems in life, just read 10th canto of Bhagavatam. Practically every single day, some demon or the other is coming and attacking Krishna in Vrindavan. Only some demons are mentioned by Sukadeva Goswami in the 10th canto, but Prabhupada writes in the 10th canto, 12th chapter, every day some demon is coming. Can you just imagine when the parents send their kids to the school or to play in the courtyard? If a demon comes in and swallows the kid, or if somebody comes and attacks the kid, if some bull comes and attacks the child, if a demon comes in disguise and kidnaps the child, just like Vyomasur came and kidnapped all the boys and kept them in a cave, it's very scary, right? If it happens once, you don't feel like sending the kids for playing anymore to their courtyard. You stay in home only. I'll do homeschooling. We'll have Zoom classes for you. You can't even attend live school also. But the Gopas and Gopis, they're sending their children along with Krishna and Balaram to the forest every day, and every day there is some demon. And once they come back, with great excitement, all the little boys are narrating this demon killing pastimes, and the older Gopas are hearing them with excitement. Kurvanto Ramamanascha. Then Navindam Bhavavedanam. They did not experience any Vedana. You know what is Vedana? Distress. What Vedana? Bhavavedana. Bhavavedana means the distress caused by this material world. Just to live in this material world, there is so much distress. By the way, in Goloka Vrindavan in the spiritual world, there is no Bakasur, no Vatsasur, no Vyomasur, no Arishtasur, no Putana. Putana is there, but not like a Rakshasi, but like a mother. Putana is there not to give poisonous milk to Krishna and Goloka Vrindavan. She is there only to serve Mother Yashoda, assist Mother Yashoda in her service to Krishna. So, although the Vrajavasis are eternal associates of Krishna, they descended along with Krishna from the spiritual world to the material world. Still, they have to experience the tribulations of this material world. Experience means they exist. Because this Bhauma Vrindavan is there in the material world, so many demons are coming. That's the nature of this material world. Even the eternal associates of Krishna are also troubled by the demons in this material world. But they did not experience the trouble. Means, say it's raining so heavily outside. For you to remain dry and not become wet, you need to have an umbrella or raincoat. If you have an umbrella, you will not be wet. Similarly, you may live in the material world, but for you to remain undisturbed with the miseries of the material world, you need to have the umbrella of Krishna Katha. Just like one who takes an umbrella and goes out in the rain will not become wet, will not be drenched in the rain. Similarly, one who takes the umbrella of Krishna Katha, regular discussion of Krishna's pastimes, will not be affected by the troubles and tribulations in this material world. Navindam Bhavavedanam. Although the Vrajavasis are experiencing distress and demon attacks practically every single day, still they remain happy, excited, comfortable, because they are regularly discussing Krishna's pastimes. Even for the eternal associates of Krishna, also, Krishna Katha is the only shelter. How can we feel bored of discussing about Krishna? The more we discuss about Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, the more we become Krishna conscious. The more we stay away from Krishna Katha and get engrossed or absorbed in the worldly activities and topics in this world, the more our consciousness becomes degraded. I am not saying this. Lord Brahma is saying this in the 3rd canto of Bhagavatam. He says, in the 3rd canto, 15th chapter, he describes Vaikuntha and he says, Yannavrajan jaghavido rachana anuvada kurvanti yenya vishaya kukathamati gnihi shrinvanti yenya vishaya kukathamati gnihi yastu shrita hata bhagair bhirata sara tam stam kshipantya sharaneshu tamassu hanta. Who cannot enter Vaikuntha? One who gets absorbed in materialistic topics. Shrinvanti ye anya vishaya kukatamati ghnihi. Shrinvanti means hearing. Anya vishaya means topics that are not connected to spirituality, connected to Krishna. So when you hear topics which are disconnected from Krishna, anya vishaya, what happens? Kukatha, those bad topics, matighnihi, they corrupt your mind, corrupt your intelligence. Don't underestimate the power of gossip. Don't underestimate the power of this materialistic news, mundane movies and advertisements happening in this world. Don't underestimate their power. They are very powerful in corrupting our consciousness. एक movie देख लिया था, क्या होगा? What happened? I am continuing to chant Hare Krishna. But whatever impressions that you see, that you get by seeing that movie or ad or some materialistic thing, or hearing some news, that will affect us. Of course, to function in this world, we may have to become aware of what's happening around. To that degree, it's relevant. But if you relish it, if we voluntarily go into it, put our head into it, then we will develop interest in this material world. We will develop attachment to this material world. Already there is a lot of attachment. And the more we hear materialistic topics, that attachment is intensified, increased. Then we will not take interest in Krishna Katha. Srinvanti ye anya vishaya kukatha matighnihi. Matighnihi means mind is corrupted. Intelligence is corrupted by hearing bad topics, materialistic topics, gossip, current affairs, politics, movies, Hollywood, Bollywood, Tollywood, Mollywood, Collywood. I don't know what is Singapore wood. So many such topics. Yastu shruta hatabhage nubhiratta tam stam kshipanti asharaneshu tamassuhanta. Such people who develop so much interest in materialistic topics are cast into hell. They will suffer for the rest of eternity. Brahma is saying this. So, the Vrajavasis are constantly discussing Krishna Katha. Whether they are simple gopis living in their homes, or gopas working on the fields, or little boys or little girls, they are constantly absorbed in Krishna's thoughts. When Krishna enters Vrindavan, all the gopas surround Krishna and they sing Krishna's glories. Barha pidam natavarabapuh karnayor karnikaram bibharadvasaha kanaka kapisham vaijayantim chamalam randharan vedoradhara sudhaya purayan gopa vrindair vrindaranyam swapadaramanam pravishad gita kirtihi vrindaranyam swapadaramanam pravishad Gita Kirti. As Krishna is entering this Vrindavan forest, along with the cows and the calves and gopas, all the gopas are glorifying Krishna, singing the songs of Krishna, and Krishna is playing his flute. So, Krishna Katha is happening in every nook and corner of Vrindavan. If you want to make your home Vrindavan, discuss about Krishna. If you want to make temple Vrindavan, discuss about Krishna. If you want to make this auditorium, this function hall Vrindavan, let's have Harikatha. Any place can be converted into Vrindavan by discussing about Krishna. Krishna's Nama Rupa Guna Lila. Kurvanto Ramamanasya. Do it happily, not with boredom. Navindam Bhavavedanam. Then we'll become oblivious to all the external surroundings. No Bhavavedana. Just like an ordinary drunkard in this world becomes oblivious to the surroundings. He drinks and gets totally intoxicated, and in such an intoxicated state, when people are criticizing him or chastising him, scolding him, speaking ill words, he doesn't even understand what they are saying. They are giving some instruction or advice. It doesn't enter his head because he's in a stay high forever. He's in an intoxicated state. Similarly, when we are intoxicated by Krishna's glories, the temptations and tribulations of this material world will not affect us. Many people say, the drunkards, they say that we are drinking because we want to forget our material problems. Yeah, it's good. Good to drink, to forget material problems. But what are you drinking? Not alcohol. Drink Krishna Katha. Then also you'll forget material problems. This is also intoxicant, that is also intoxicant. But drinking this intoxicant, material intoxicant, is like breaking one regulative principle. But drinking the intoxicant of Krishna Katha is like following the regulative principle. So let us get intoxicated. I am not saying this again. Neshye bhavad guna katha amrita pana mattaha. Pana means drinking. Mattaha means getting intoxicated. Dhruva Maharaj says, "O Lord, let me get intoxicated by drinking the alcohol, the spiritual alcohol of your qualities." Neshye bhavat means your, guna means qualities, katha amrita. Katha is narration of the topics, amrita means nectar. Let me get intoxicated by hearing the nectarian narrations of your topics, your glories, your qualities. And pana mattaha. Let me get intoxicated by it. So we are supposed to be spiritual drunkards. Right? Let us become addicted to this intoxicant of Harikatha. Hari's qualities. And we have so many examples. Role model drunkards. Nanda Maharaj is a drunkard. Yashoda Mata is a drunkard. And Don't take the small clips and put somewhere else. Understand the context here. What are they drinking? They are drinking Krishna Katha. Dhruv Maharaj is a drunkard. Prahlad Maharaj is a drunkard. Ambarish Maharaj is a drunkard. This word drinking also comes in right in the beginning of Bhagavatam. Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam. What does it mean? Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam means you drink this Bhagavatam and alayam, get into intoxicated state. Alayam also refers to the 8th stage of Ashtasattvic Vigar, where you become intoxicated and fall unconscious, you faint. And generally drunkards, when they drink, they faint, and after they get up, again they want to drink. And after drinking again, they'll faint again. Again drink and again faint. Drink again and faint again. Repeatedly drink and repeatedly faint. That's why the word muhu is used. The word muhu means repeatedly. Pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. Muhuraho means please repeatedly drink. Even if you fall unconscious, get up and drink again. And again fall, no problem. And after getting up, again drink. I have no experience of doing that in the material plane. Right? I never drank even one teaspoon also. I don't know what it is. But we have seen people drinking and fainting. Similarly, we should also drink Krishna Katha and faint in ecstasy, and get up and again drink Krishna Katha and faint in ecstasy. Then we will become oblivious to the material problems around us. And the greatest intoxicant, even in intoxicants also there are some gradations, right? Cheap liquor to big brands. I don't know what are the brands. Similarly, there are some general topics to very high elevated topics. That is Krishna's Vrajalila. Amongst all the spiritual intoxicants, the best intoxicant that gives you maximum kick is Krishna's Vrindavan pastimes. Right? That gives us biggest spiritual kick. That means that will make us really overwhelmed with spiritual emotions. Ultimately, the purpose of sadhana bhakti is to develop bhava for Krishna, emotions for Krishna. We develop emotions for Krishna not by just understanding the philosophy, Sankhya philosophy, I am not the body, I am the soul. Not just understanding some philosophical concepts, they are important definitely, but we develop emotions for Krishna by hearing his pastimes, by hearing his Lilas, by hearing his qualities. Then you develop an emotional bonding. One understanding is like Krishna is the creator, maintainer, destroyer, master, proprietor of all the planets. He is the Srishtikarta, he is Upadrashta, he is Anumanta, he is Paramatma, he is Srishtikarta, he is Brahman, Parabrahman. That is one facet of Krishna. We discussed in Sikshashtakam class. This is all describing Krishna as Gauranga. But there is another facet of Krishna that describes his sweetness, Govinda. He gives pleasure to all the cows. Yashoda Nandan, he gives pleasure to Yashoda Mata. He is the son of Yashoda Mata. He is Nandanandan. There is a beautiful song, Nandanandan Ashtakam. Sucharu Mandalam Sukarna Ratna Kundalam Sucharchitanga Chandanam Navavi Nandanandanam. Krishna's form is so sweet, so beautiful. Sucharu Mandalam. His face is extremely charming, very sweet. Sukarna Ratna Kundalam. Very nicely decorated with kundal, jeweled earrings. Sudirghanetra Pankajam, his eyes are like very long, almost touching the ears. Sikhi Sikhanda Murdhajam, he also is decorated with a beautiful peacock feather on his head. Relish these pastimes, not like a sahajiya, but like a real devotee we need to relish. After understanding the philosophy, after developing a philosophical foundation, learn the art of relishing Krishna's form, Krishna's name, Krishna's qualities, Krishna's pastimes. Fullendivara kantimindu vadanam barhavatam sapriyam Srivatsankamudara kaustubhadharam Pitambaram sundaram. Gopinam nayanokpalarchitatanum go gopasanghamritam Govindam kalavenu divyanga bhusham bhaje. Krishna's face is so beautiful, so fresh, like a freshly blossomed blue lotus bathed in moonshine. That's how fresh Krishna's face is. And that beautiful face is decorated with a sweet peacock feather, which is like a rainbow on his head. And he is wearing a dhoti, which is shining like lightning. And he plays his flute. And the way Krishna plays his flute, it mesmerizes all the masters of musical science. And even Brahma, Shiva, Indra, or Vishnu, who are all experts in musical science, they hear Krishna's flute song and they understand, they can't understand what raga is he playing, what melody is this. We never heard this. Such a beautiful song. It's so intoxicating. I never learned this note. Let me note it down. That's what they feel. So Krishna is an expert flute player. All this is described in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam. Right? When Krishna plays his flute, rocks melt and flowing rivers freeze. Restless birds become like saintly rishis, munis, with their closed eyes. Deer run behind Krishna. Calves that are very engrossed in drinking milk from the udders of their mother cows, they become distracted. You cannot distract a calf when it is drinking the milk of mother cow. But calves become distracted and look at Krishna when Krishna plays his flute. And whatever milk is going into their mouths will fall from their mouths also. That is the effect of Krishna's flute song. And when Krishna plays his flute, these ears of the cows, they stand erect like this. They become like a cup of vessels to drink this nectar of Krishna's flute song. All the gopis, Radharani, Lalita, Vishakha, all the gopis in Vrindavan, they are doing their household activities, but Krishna is playing flute there and their minds is traveled to Krishna. Although Krishna is so far in the forest, they are living in the homes, doing their household activities, they become completely obsessed with Krishna, hearing Krishna's flute, and they gather in small groups and they discuss about Krishna's flute. That is called Venu Gita. Although they are engrossed in their household activities, they are constantly singing the glories of Krishna. It's mentioned by the Mathura ladies about gopis. They say, Yado hane vahanane mathanopalepa prinkankhanar bharudito kshanamaarjanadam Gayanti chainamanurata dhiyo shrukantyo dhanya vrajastriya urukrama chittayana. Yadohani, while milking the cows. Vahanane, while processing their grains. Mathana, while churning buttermilk. Upalepa, while smearing their floors and walls with cow dung. Prinkankhana, while swinging on swings. Arbharudita, while taking care of their crying babies. Ukshana, while sprinkling their courtyards with water mixed with cow dung. Marjanado, while cleaning their homes. While doing all these simple household activities, all the gopis are constantly singing the glories of Krishna. Gayanti chaina manurakta dhiyo shrukantyu dhanyavrajastriya urukrama chittayana. Gayanti, they are singing the glories of Krishna. You also, when you are doing your simple works, whether you are walking back to your home or doing some things at home, you can always sing glories of Krishna in the form of songs. Acharyas have written so many songs. Bhagavatam is filled with so many nectarian shlokas. Recite shlokas instead of thinking of what conflict you had with another devotee in the congregation program, instead of thinking of so many other unnecessary topics, arguments. Let's sing Krishna's shlokas. Let's sing prayers to Krishna. Prayer is not just to be offered in front of the deity with folded hands. You can pray 24 hours in a day. while doing your household activities. Gayanti chainam anurakta dhiyo shrukantyo anurakta dhiyo. Their voices are faltering with so much of affection and love and raga for Krishna. Anurakta dhiyo ashrukantyo. They are also having tears in their eyes out of affection. Dhanyavrajastriya urukrama chittayanaha. How fortunate these gopis are. Dhanya. Very fortunate. Very blessed, all these gopis. Same blessing is there for us also. Provided we use our time, our energy, our emotions, our body, minds, everything in Krishna's glorification. So, all the Gopas are narrating Krishna's adventures in the forest to their older fathers and mothers, and they're relishing, and that's how they're daily spending their time in Krishna Katha. When two gopis meet, the subject matter of their discussion is Krishna's mischievous activities. Why Krishna came to our home? You know that? Krishna came to our home and he broke our pots. Oh, really? Then Krishna came to our home and he pinched our babies. Oh. Another gopi comes and says that I just freshly applied cow dung on my walls and floors and kept a nice rangoli. Krishna threw some dirt on them. Such a mischievous boy. Another gopi says, Krishna at least threw dirt in your home. He passed urine and stool in my home. Right. Another gopi comes and says that, see, I have kept my butter pots in a dark room. But this Krishna came and with the illumination of all his jewels and ornaments, he illuminated the entire room and he clearly understood where exactly I kept the butter. Another gopi says, I was hanging all my butter pots from the ceiling and Krishna came, he's so small and the pot is hanging so high in the ceiling. Krishna picked up a stone and picked a hole in the pot without making even small sound. Krishna has the art of making holes in earthen pots without making a sound. You can try it once. Right? So making a hole itself is a big thing. Generally you throw a stone on the pot will break. Entire pot may break or crack. Or even if you happen to make a hole also, the cracks are there everywhere. But Krishna can make a hole which is like a hole that is like a tap, an outlet, like we have taps, right? So like tap water, all the milk or buttermilk will come from the taps and Krishna will drink like this. Entire pot will not break. And no sound also comes. So the gopis are mesmerized and they're thinking. And as the gopis are carrying their milk or buttermilk on their heads and standing under trees and discussing all this, Krishna comes and climbs the tree, sits on a branch of the tree. You know papaya trees, they have long leaves, right? Stem. And if you take that stem, it's a hollow stem that acts like a straw. Krishna sits on the tree branch and keeps a straw of banana stem and just the pot is empty. The gopi feels, why am I feeling so light now? I thought there's a big milk pot on my head. I feel so light now. It's empty. How much milk can a small boy drink? A small child, maybe 2-3-year-old boy or 4-year-old boy, he can drink big pots of milk and is always hungry. And when the gopis of Vrindavan go to Mother Yashoda to complain against Krishna, then Yashoda Mata says, what do you think? I have 9 lakh cows in my Goshala. I have hundreds and thousands of milk products in my home. Am I not sufficiently feeding him? You are saying that he is coming to steal at your home? Such a shame. I am providing him enough food stuff. Every day 8 times I feed Krishna. 8 times, not 3 times. You may feed your kids 3 times or 2 times in a day or maybe 4 times. But Yashoda Mata feeds 8 times in a day. Some devotees say that Yashoda Mata could not feed 8 times Krishna during the 7 days of Govardhan Lila. So 7 into 8, 56. Later she offered Chappan Bhog, and since then Chappan Bhog became popular. Of course, Yashoda was feeding. Gopal Champu says she was feeding, but may not be 8 times, we don't know. So some devotees believe like that. 8 times. That's why Chappan Bhog became popular. So, I am feeding Krishna 8 times. Then Yashoda Mata, then Yashoda Mata also says, fine, even if my food is not sufficient, even my 8 times of feeding Krishna is not sufficient, if he still became hungry while playing on the streets, and if he comes to your home, why can't you give him a cup of milk? Your ancestors' property is lost or what? Give him a cup of milk. Why are you making a big issue out of it? When my son comes to your home and takes a cup of milk, you have to come to my home and complain against him, scold him in front of me. Such a shame on you. Then the gopis say, my dear mother, Yashoda, don't misunderstand us. When Krishna comes, we offer him milk, we offer him butter, we offer him curd. But he doesn't accept. Because his belly is always full. Because you are feeding him so many times, his belly is always full. When we offer him, he will not accept. Then what's our problem? My problem is he has taste only for stolen milk, not offered milk. If we offer, he doesn't accept it. It's below his dignity to accept any offering. He has to work for it. And how? He has to steal. He has to break our pots. He has to pinch our babies. He has to make our homes dirty. Then only he will enjoy. Fine, let him steal and drink. What's the problem? Yashoda Mata says. Then the gopis say, even if he drinks, no problem. He steals our milk and he feeds the monkeys. And sometimes monkeys also don't eat because Krishna has been feeding the monkeys in every home. Monkeys' bellies are full. Your son's belly is full. Monkey's belly is also full. And Krishna is taking all this monkey sena, Vanar sena next to him to all the gopis' homes and feeding them butter and milk, etc. And the monkeys also cannot eat. Then Krishna says, your butter is so 3rd class or 10th class that even monkeys don't eat your butter. How can human beings eat this butter? So he comments on this. And sometimes he comes to our homes and releases calves. What is this new pastime? Then the gopis say, he releases the calf so that the calf goes to the cow and drinks all the milk. When we go to milk the cow, then we don't have any milk. Calf drinks all the milk. Some milk is meant for human beings, some milk is meant for the calves. But all the cow's milk is drunk by the calf. And he comes just before milking time. And sometimes he comes and releases the calf in front of our eyes only. And we run behind the calf and he runs inside our homes to steal butter. That's a way of diverting all of us. So this is Krishna's mischief. And Yashoda is hearing all these complaints. But the intention of all the gopis is not to complain against Krishna or scold Krishna. They are recollecting Krishna's pastimes. This is Krishna Katha. They are simply doing Hari Katha, Krishna Katha. No other agenda. It's not that they are losing their property, they are missing their butter. In fact, the acharyas say that gopis are making butter every day just so that Krishna can come and steal. And this butter is so white, so soft, so cool, like their hearts. Just as butter is soft and white and cool, the hearts of the gopis are also very sweet and very pure. No malice, no envy, no pride, no greed, no selfishness, no material attachment. When we also make our hearts so soft and pure and cool like that, then Krishna will come and steal our hearts. Just by hearing Krishna's butter stealing pastimes, we experience that Krishna is stealing our hearts. What to speak of actually witnessing Krishna stealing pastimes? Krishna is called Hari because he steals butter. He steals the hearts of the gopis who are making that butter. He steals the hearts of those who are hearing his butter stealing pastimes. And Krishna also steals our difficulties, our anarthas, our miseries. That's what Krishna does. This is Krishna. And why are we taking interest in so many nonsensical topics of this material world, mundane topics, so much of gossip, so much of politics happening around us? Sometimes even within spiritual circles also our mind gets contaminated and distracted by things. But Krishna's pastimes are pure. Krishna's activities are pure. Krishna's intentions are pure. Krishna's devotees are pure. Krishna's dham is pure. Our life is meant to purify our hearts by accessing the purity of Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's Bhagavatam, especially Braja Lilas. So when Krishna grew up little more, then Krishna was given the charge of cows. Krishna and Balaram and all the Gopas, they were given the charge of cows. So take care of cows now. You are grown up. You are beyond 5 or 6. So Krishna went along with the cows. One day, Balaram was held back. Balaram was not sent because that day happened to be Krishna's birthday. Sorry, Balaramji's birthday. On your birthday, you have to offer charity. More than receiving gifts, we have to offer gifts. Right? So, Balaramji was not sent to home, and Krishna and all the Gopas went to the forest. Then, whenever Balaram is not around, Krishna becomes more mischievous, more adventurous. Because Balaram serves Krishna in all rasas. In Shantarasa, Balaramji manifests the entire ambience of Vrindavan, all the river banks and the trees and flowers and fruits, all were manifested by Balaram in Shantarasa. And in Dasyarasa, Balaramji also massages Krishna's feet whenever he is tired. And in Vatsalya Rasa, Balaramji acts as the elder brother of Krishna and protects him in various ways. And in Sakhya Rasa, Balaramji acts as Krishna's friend. And in Madhurya Rasa, Balaramji expands himself as Ananga Manjari, the sister of Srimati Radharani, and serves Krishna. In this way, Balaramji's service is all encompassing. But Yashoda Mata and Nanda Maharaj and all the elderly gopis, including Rohini Mata, they have more trust on Balaram than Krishna. Because Balaram is older, little sober, very protective. He's naughty, but he's little more sober compared to Krishna. Krishna is very adventurous, very naughty, very quote-unquote whimsical in a spiritual way. So, whenever Balaramji is next to Krishna, then Yashodamata feels very confident. Balaram is there to protect Krishna. And whenever Balaram is there, Krishna becomes little sober. Although he wants to become more adventurous, Krishna kind of controls himself. He'll become little more sense-controlled. Then whenever Balaramji is not there, Krishna gets little freedom, independence, liberation. He starts exploring the forest deeply. So there is one pond in the forest area where Balaramji never allowed Krishna to go. All the Gopas never went there because that pond is known to have so much poison around and nobody goes there because Kali is living in that pond. So when Balaramji is not there, they could not explore that pond. But now that Balaram is not there, Balaram is staying back at home, then Krishna thought, let's go there. All the Gopas said, yes, let's go, Krishna. So all the Gopas ran towards that pond, even before Krishna, drank some water because they were very thirsty. They drank some water and they collapsed. They became unconscious because the water is filled with poison. And Kaliya made the water of that pond so poisonous that, for to speak of human beings, even birds cannot fly over that pond As soon as the birds fly over the pond, because of the fumes, poisonous fumes coming from these waters, the birds will die. Even plants and little trees also can't grow around that pond. That's how poisonous the waters are. Yamuna river has become. Then Krishna saw that his little calves and the boys, friends, they drank that water and they fell unconscious. They fell dead. Then Krishna came there. Just with his nectarian glance, Krishna revived the lives of all the Vrajavasis, all the boys and calves. Now Krishna thought, who caused this unconscious state of my dear friends? This Kaliya. I must teach a lesson to this Kaliya. So what did Krishna do? He climbed on this big tree, Kadamba tree. And how come that Kadamba tree is alive when all the vegetation and even birds also died around that Kaliya lake? Because that Kadamba tree is standing tall amidst all the poisonous vapors just so that it can facilitate in Krishna's pastimes. Ultimately, Krishna's pastimes must be facilitated. And the purpose of our life is to assist in Krishna's Lilas or Krishna's services. So this Kadamba tree made itself available for Krishna's pastimes. And another reason is this nectar drop fell on this Kadamba tree when Garuda was carrying it. So similarly, we also as devotees who are performing sadhana bhakti, we also may face so much of trouble, difficulties from people around us, from the situations, from the circumstances, from our own bodies, from different tricky and unpleasant circumstances created by other human beings or even sadhakas sometimes because of their immaturity. But we need to stand tall like that Kadamba tree. Kadamba tree survived. Although there are poisonous vapors around the Kadamba tree survived. Just so that it is available for Krishna's service. Similarly, just because we are being troubled in some ways, just because there are some negative vibes around us, that does not mean we lose hope or give up the path of Krishna consciousness. Sometimes while living with devotees also there could be some little troubles and difficulties. That does not mean we leave devotee association. We should stand there, stand tall like that Kadamba tree, so that one day Krishna comes and purifies us, blesses us with an opportunity to assist in his seva. People like Akrura, they stayed along with Kamsa. Although so many people left Kamsa, left Mathura city, went far away, unable to handle Kamsa, Akrura stayed there. Many other Mathuravasis stayed, just so that Krishna can come to Mathura one day and bless him. Okay. And Akrura finally got the opportunity to personally visit Krishna in Vrindavan and bring him to Mathura. So coming back to Kaliya Leela, so Krishna climbed on that Kadamba tree. And from top of that Kadamba tree, Krishna jumped into Kaliya lake. Krishna was hardly 6 years old at that time. And when he jumped into Kaliya lake, Kaliya sensed that somebody intruded into my territory. And Krishna is happily swimming in the waters. As he is waving his hands like this, moving his hands like this, with every movement of his hand, he is splashing water. If a 6-year-old boy tries to swim and splashes water, the water may rise maximum few inches above the basic level, water level. Maybe 1 foot, maybe 2 foot. But when Krishna is doing this water is rising like, as if it is like ocean waves or even much more than that. The water is rising several meters above the ground level. Kaliya thought, somebody intruded into my territory and creating so much of agitation. Actually, Krishna is purposely, consciously creating so much of agitation in Kaliya lake So that Kalya becomes unsettled. Kalya's territory consciousness is affected. This is called territory consciousness. Nobody should come into my territory. This is my area. This is my department. This is my zone. Or this is my home. This is my room. Nobody should come here. Sometimes people say, beware of dogs. Means don't come into our home. The dogs will bite you if you come into my home. So people become so possessive about their territories, about their possessions or positions, that they don't allow others to enjoy. They are not willing to share what they have with others. This is selfishness. Kali is representing that mentality. But Krishna is happily swimming in the waters. Sukadeva Goswami says, Tam prekshaniya sukumar ghanavadatam क्रीडन्तिम प्रतिभयम कमलोदरांघ्रिम. Tam prekshaniya. Krishna is so beautiful. Prekshaniya means the form of Krishna is worth witnessing, worth seeing. Prekshaniya. Sukumara ghanavadatam. Sukumara means he is very, very tender. His body is very tender. Ghanavadatam, it has like the complexion of Krishna's body is like that of a dark monsoon cloud. Ghanavadatam. Kridantim, he is playing. Apratibhayam, with absolutely no fear of any enemy. Well, common people fear even approaching that lake. Krishna is swimming in that lake. Not normal swimming. A swimming that is intended to agitate that snake which made that lake as its residence. Tam prekshaniya sukumara ghanavadatam क्रीडन्तिम प्रतिभयम कमलोदरांघ्रिम. Kamala udara anghrim. His lotus is like navel. His navel is like lotus. His feet are also like lotus. With this, he is playing happily. Then, Sandasya Barma Surusha Bhujaya Chachada. Immediately Kaliya came there. With his multiple hoods, some 100 or 1,000 hoods, Kaliya came there and saw, oh, who is this intruder? Who is the person who entered my lake? Trespassers are prosecuted. Has he not seen that notice there? Trespassers are prosecuted. So Kaliya came and with his poisonous fangs started biting Krishna's chest like this. Bhujaya chachada. But what will happen to Krishna? None of these poisonous bites can affect Krishna. Yesterday we discussed Anantacharya's story, remember? That poisonous snake's bite could not affect Anantacharya only, a devotee of Krishna. What to speak of Krishna getting affected with this poison? Krishna is not affected. So, Kali is biting. And at one point, Krishna thought, let me play with this snake. I will not immediately kill or subdue this snake. Let me play for a while. I have to create more drama, right? Dramatic scene I have to create. As Kaliya came, rose from his waters, all the boys and the cows and the calves standing on the shore of this Kaliya lake, they felt very scared. And this Kaliya is rising from the water and started biting Krishna on his chest. And these people got really concerned about Krishna's safety. They were about to faint once again. Just now they fainted. Krishna revived their lives. They are ready to faint once again. But they are so stunned to even faint. They became so stunned like this. Stabdha. This is stabdha, right? They are completely frozen seeing this scene. Krishna thought, let me play with this Kaliya. Let me play with my friends also. Let us see what is the reaction of my friends when they see me in such great danger. Then Krishna started swimming away from Kaliya. And Kaliya started pursuing Krishna in the waters and started swimming behind Krishna. Kaliya is swimming, Krishna is swimming, and Kaliya is chasing Krishna. Krishna is not getting caught by Kaliya. So like that, some swimming competition is happening under waters. And those are seeing outside, they don't have someone displaying what's happening underwater in a big LCD screen. Right? They are only seeing on the surface of the water what's happening inside, Krishna went inside, Kaliya went inside. When will they come out? Will they come out or not? Did Krishna die or what? What are we supposed to tell our parents? They are undergoing so many emotions. Then Kaliya just came out, and Krishna allowed Kaliya to arrest him in his coils. With his coils, Kaliya completely coiled around Krishna and completely arrested him. Seeing that, all the gopas and cows became even more stunned. Our dear Krishna, our beloved Krishna, is completely captured and captivated by Kaliya, arrested by Kaliya. What are we supposed to do now? They became really sad and collapsed practically. Even cows also. Then, at this moment, there were so many dangerous omens and inauspicious omens in the sky. And not only in the sky, in the bodies of all the Brajavasis also. Some gopas and cows came to the forest. They were actually witnessing what's happening with Krishna and Kaliya while standing on the banks of Kaliya lake. But so many elder gopas and elder gopis and many other elder people and other animals, forest animals, they are living in the village. They did not come to the forest. So those people who are living in their homes, all the younger gopas and older gopis, they started experiencing some dangerous omens in their bodies, in the climate, and in everything. All the men started experiencing that their eye is like quivering, the thigh is vibrating, and all the women started experiencing that their right eye is like vibrating. It's considered inauspicious. Like that, they saw so many inauspicious omens, and as soon as they experienced some inauspicious omens, all the Vrajavasis unanimously thought that Krishna must be in danger. Whenever we see some bad dream, whenever we experience some inauspicious bodily omen, bodily symptoms, then we think that there must be some danger coming on us. We may be in danger. But all the Vrajavasis think that Krishna may be in danger, not me. Because they love Krishna more than themselves. This is our potential. We all also can love Krishna more than ourselves, more than our bodies, more than our relatives, more than our phones. More than myself, I agree. More than my phone, I can't agree. You have that doubt. But we all can love Krishna more than anyone else. We have that potency, but that potency is covered by our own material distractions and desires. But the Vrajavasis consciousness is never covered by any distraction or temptation in this world. They are covered only by pure love for Krishna. So Vrajavasis are very anxious now. They all ran towards Kaliya lake. Because they thought, today Krishna was not accompanied by Balaram. Because Balaram is not there next to Krishna as his protector, looks like some demon attacked Krishna. Krishna must be in some danger. Let us go and see Krishna wherever he is. They did not even lock their homes. They did not even complete whatever activity they are doing. You are typing a document. Somebody called you. Just 2 more minutes. I'll finish this and save this document and close this properly and then come. No. You're eating something. In the middle of the meal, somebody called you. Let me finish my meal. 5 minutes, wait. You see. But whatever they have been doing, they left at once in the middle. As soon as they experienced some inauspicious, some bad symptom in their body or in the climate, they left everything in the middle. They ran towards Kaliya lake. But how do they know that Krishna is in Kaliya lake? Answer is simple. There are footprints of Krishna. In Vrindavan, Krishna imprints the earth, imprints the land with his lotus footprints. And no calf or cow or no gopa or gopi or monkey or peacock or pigeon will disturb those footprints. The footprints are intact. In fact, they are the real ornaments of earth. Vrindavanam Sakhi Bhuvo Vitanoti Kirtim Yaddevaki Sutapadam Bhujalabdha Lakshmi. The land of Vrindavan is expanding the glory of enter earth planet because yet Devaki Sutta Padambujalam Dhalakshmi. This land of Vrindavan obtained the great wealth of the auspicious footprints of Krishna. And those footprints of Krishna are never disturbed by anyone. In fact, Vrindavan is also auspicious because the Vrindavan land is decorated with the footprints of Srimati Radharani. And nobody will disturb those footprints also. Who has the courage, not courage, who has the heart to stamp or to put their feet above the footprint of Radha or Krishna in Vrindavan? Nobody would do that. So Krishna's footprints are intact. And if you want to know where Krishna is, Google Map is ready. No, not Google Map. Footprint map is ready. Just you follow these footprints of Krishna, you'll end up where Krishna is. And you can have a discussion with him. Radha nama sudharasam rasayitum jihvastu me vipala padau tatpadakankita sucharatam vrindatami vithishu tatkarmaiva karah karotu hridayam tasya padam dhyayata tadbhavotsavata param bhavatu me tat prananathe rati. Padau tat padakankitasu charatam vrindatami vithishu. Great devotees aspire to follow the footprints of Srimati Radharani as she is walking in the land of Vrindavan. Similarly, all the Vrajavasis are following the footprints of Krishna, and they all reached this lake, Kaliya lake. And to their astonishment, Yashoda Mata, Nanda Maharaj, Rohini Mata, all the Sakya Bhaktas, Vatsalya Bhaktas, Dasya Bhaktas, all the cows and the calves and the peacocks and the elderly gopas, younger gopas, elderly gopis, younger gopis, everyone was stunned seeing Krishna arrested in the coils of Kaliya. And it happened for a long time, for about one muhurta. 48 minutes, Krishna is arrested. Can you put a great personality or a great celebrity in jail for 48 minutes? Big thing. Arresting someone. Immediately they will come with a bail in 2 minutes. Right? But here is the universal celebrity Krishna arrested by Kaliya's coils for 48 continuous minutes. And seeing this, and some say for several hours, but seeing this, all the Vrajavasis were experiencing intense pain of separation from Krishna, anxiety for Krishna. Now that you know the past time, you know what's going to happen in future, you don't have any suspense. But imagine yourself seeing Krishna in such a state with the amount of love that Vrajavasis have for him. You may see it when your iPhone is falling in some water, you may experience some of those emotions now, little bit, some trace. But that emotion multiplied by 1 CR or 10 CR or maybe thousands of billions and trillions. So that is the emotion of Vrajavasis, which is constantly expanding, going on forever. So they were watching Krishna. Intense emotions, with intense feelings of separation, intense affection and love. They're seeing Krishna, they're feeling really perturbed. Then Krishna noticed, if I stay in the coils of Kaliya even for 1 minute more or 1 second more, I will only see the death of Vrajavasis. I don't want to see it. So Krishna started expanding himself within the coils of Kaliya. And you are holding onto something very tightly. Even I am holding onto this mic tightly. Fine, good. I am compressing this mic, or I am imagining like that. But imagine this mic started expanding like this, bigger. I have to release my grip, right? I can't hold it. Similarly, because Krishna expanded himself, a lot of force coming from within its coils. So Kaliya could not hold Krishna and released Krishna, and Krishna jumped on Kaliya's side and stood there. Why did Krishna not do it 48 minutes back only? Why did Krishna do it now? The answer is, again, let's go back to the drunkard example. Sometime back we were drinking about people who get intoxicated, right? Some say dilute it with some water, some soda, some Sprite, something like that. Some say like that. I became aware of this just when I'm coming in Singapore flight. Some passenger sitting next to me, they said, "Give me that wine and add some Sprite in it." ऐसा भी होता है क्या? First time I saw. But some want raw, right? Don't add anything, don't dilute it, and they want raw. Similarly, Krishna also, in all ordinary circumstances, Krishna experiences the love and affection of the Vrajavasis in some way. But sometimes Krishna also wants to drink raw. Means he wants to experience their emotions which are very intensified, very condensed. In general, when Krishna is playing very happily in front of their eyes, Yashoda Mata is happy and her heart is overwhelmed with affection. And when Krishna is leaving for the forest early in the morning, Yashoda Mata feels separation. When Krishna comes little late from the forest, again Yashoda Mata feels some separation from Krishna. So in all these circumstances, Krishna gets to witness the intense love and affection of all the Vrajavasis, including Yashoda Mata, Nanda Maharaj. But whenever Krishna is in deep danger, the love and affection of all the Vrajavasis becomes more intense. You imagine, in your lives also, when your kids are happily playing in front of you, you experience some amount of love for them. But when they have some fever or some cold or some disease, some sickness, or they get injured while playing, your intensity of love and affection and your concern for them increases 10 times more. And they will also get to experience how much you love them. Oh, how much my parents love me. I am sick and they are not sleeping. I am having pain and they are crying. I have to take medicine and they are just waking up and at the right time and giving me that medicine. They also get to experience that. So these miseries or difficulties or anxious times help us explore the intensity of our own love deep within. And they also help us increase our love, expand our love. And now Krishna purposely allowed himself to be born by Kaliya's coils just to witness the intensified state of the love of Vrajavasis. And in anxiety, all these Vrajavasis for about 48 minutes, they are feeling so much anxiety for Krishna, so much affection for Krishna. Their love is getting increased moment by moment. But at one moment, they are about to die. Some wanted to jump into Kaliya lake also. Then Balramji stopped them. But Balramji is the only person who is not crying. He is smiling. Same Balramji, who fainted when Krishna was swallowed by Bakasur, he is now happily smiling now. The reason is, Balaramji is the original snake, Anantasesh. He thought, Krishna never played with me like this. And he's playing with this water snake. Krishna, you are inconceivable to me also. Right? So he's smiling because Krishna never played with him like that. And he's also confident because he has to console Nanda Maharaj and all the people, and he has to stop all the people who are jumping into Kaliya lake. Then Krishna released himself and jumped on the hoods of Kaliya. How much time do we have? 11:48. Krishna jumped on Kaliya's hoods. And he started dancing on Kaliya's hoods. Every hood of Kaliya is trying to bite Krishna and kill Krishna. But whichever hood is not bowing down in front of Krishna, Krishna is putting all his body weight and then pounding that Kaliya down and pushing it down, pushing that hood down. And he started dancing on every single hood of Kaliya. And the dancing is not some random dance. It's perfectly in harmony with the right kind of musical notes and right kind of classical dance steps. Right? Krishna is dancing in perfect harmony, and although Kaliya's hoods are very slippery, very wet and constantly trying to bite Krishna. Still, Krishna managed to dance perfectly on every head of Kaliya. If you ask a popular classical dancer to dance on a slippery stage, will they be able to do it? Slippery stage and uneven stage, not flat. If the stage is like this, like this, like this, what dance can they do? And it's very slippery also. You put some oil. So make the stage not flat. So make it like this, like this, like this, curved stage, and put some oil there, right? And put some poison also there, or put some thorns there. That may be easier to imagine. Then ask a classical dancer to dance. How long they can dance? Or can they dance at all, even for 1 minute or half minute? But Krishna is dancing on every head of Kaliya, which is slippery, which is poisonous, which is wet and uneven. And he's perfectly dancing on these woods. At that time, all the Devatas and Apsaras in the upper planets, they descended there. Looks like some musical performance is happening. Then all the Gandharvas came there with their kartal, mridanga, and all kinds of musical instruments, and they started playing hard. And they're unable to catch up with the speed of Krishna, with the mood of Krishna, but still they're managing to do it. And some Apsaras who are expert dancers in the heavenly planets, they saw Krishna dancing and they felt, what kind of dance is this? We can never dance like Krishna. And let's take some notes. Let's note down these movements so that we get to imitate the same steps. But no one can imitate Krishna. Very important point. Just as Kaliya's hoods are very slippery, wet and poisonous, our tongues also are very slippery, sometimes poisonous and wet. Tongue is slippery. We have tongue slip sometimes. We may speak something which we are not supposed to speak by mistake. No control over our tongue sometimes. And it may even speak very poisonous words sometimes, very wet. But Krishna's dance on the heads of Kaliya completely purified Kaliya's heart, completely purified him of all this poison. And as Krishna is just pounding with his feet on Kaliya's heads, Kaliya is vomiting so much blood and poison. All the physical poison in the body came out, and all the poisonous feelings of pride and hatred in the heart also are purified. Just as when Krishna danced on the hoods of Kaliya, Kaliya became purified. Similarly, when we allow Krishna's holy name to dance on our tongues, we become purified. That's the power of chanting Krishna's names. And Krishna and Krishna's name are non-different. We have to chant Krishna's names. And by doing so, Krishna completely captivated the hearts of Brajavasis. Every moment there is some excitement. Imagine, to give a mundane example, imagine going to a movie where the movie director has framed every scene with so much of excitement, so much of suspense, so many graphics, so many turns and twists in the story, and you are on the edge of your seats and watching every scene with so much of rapt attention. That's what is happening in 1,000x or 1,000,000x times for all the Brajavasis when they are seeing Kaliya Leela. So Brajavasis are happy seeing Krishna dancing, but they are also anxious. When will this dance stop? When will Krishna come back with us? We are not happy seeing him dance at a distance. We need to hug him when he comes close to us. That's their expectation. So Krishna continued to dance for a while, and when every single head of Kaliya bowed down in front of Krishna, became completely humbled out of humiliation, then Krishna stopped dancing. Meanwhile, all the wives of Kaliya came there. Nagapatnis came there. A very long story. I cannot cover everything at this moment. Nagapatnis started offering prayers. Now notice this. Earlier, this Nagapatnis requested Kaliya to give up his envy and pride and anger so many times. But none of them could make any impact on Kalia's consciousness. Their words did not have much effect on Kalia's consciousness, right? So, but now when Krishna humbled him, then Kalia was transformed. Sometimes people become transformed just by hearing. You give some good advice, they get transformed. But some people don't get transformed so easily. Therefore, let's not become restless in our preaching. I am preaching, I am repeating the same class given by so-and-so preacher there. I am using the same materials, I am using the same book. But why these people are not taking to Krishna consciousness? We may think like that. Nagapatni's preaching did not work in Kalia's case. Krishna had to physically give a punishment to Kalia, then only it worked. Prahlad Maharaj's preaching did not work in Shanda and Amarka's case and Hiranyakashipu's case. It worked for his classmates, not with Hiranyakashipu. So, for our preaching to work, first thing is we need to have some potency and also pure intention. But even if that is there, other people, when they are completely contaminated with material consciousness, our preaching may not have impact on them. The Lord has to come and punish them. Words are not sufficient. Swords are required. For Kalia or Hiranyakashipu or Ravana, Vibhishan tried to preach Ravana. Nothing happened. Ram's arrows only had to teach them a lesson. So don't worry. You speak to whoever listens to you. If you are unable to make some impact on their minds, no problem. You are not Krishna. So do your duty. Don't expect results. Anyways, coming back to this. So Kalia received so much of mercy from Krishna. Kalia, every single head of Kalia is imprinted with Krishna's auspicious footprints, bathed with Krishna's dust from his lotus feet. And that is the aspiration of so many great souls, but here Kalia got it freely, although Kalia is envious. What great fortune. First, when Nagapatnis came there, before even they offered all kinds of prayers, they said, what great fortune for our husband. Krishna, you never placed your lotus feet on our heads, although we are worshipping you, but you placed your lotus feet on his head. How fortunate he is. But do you know the reason for his fortune? Nagapatni's prayers. What is the reason for the fortune of Bali Maharaj, where Vamanadeva kept his foot on Bali Maharaj's head? Because Prahlad Maharaj prayed for him. Similarly, what is the fortune of Kalia? His wives prayed for him. What is our fortune? Someone else is praying for us. Devotees' prayers, Vaishnava's prayers, Guru's prayers are our only hope and strength. We don't have any other hope. So we need to depend on the prayers of devotees. And as far as our capacity allows, we need to pray for the devotees, other devotees. So without such heartfelt prayer, we cannot uplift our consciousness. Without heartfelt prayers of other devotees or acharyas or guru, we will not be purified, and without we praying for someone, we cannot cause any benefit to them. Even though when you are benefiting somebody, the benefit is not coming from you, it may come through you. Ultimately, it comes from Krishna. Therefore, you need to pray for those whom you are preaching. If you don't pray for them, if you are just giving them jnana, if you are only thinking that you will deliver them from this material existence by your preaching, there is something wrong in the understanding. So we need to pray for them. We need to invoke Krishna's mercy upon them. Mercy doesn't come from us. It comes through us. It comes from Krishna. Now, please notice this. Even though Kalia embraced Krishna for 48 minutes, even though every head of Kalia is bathed with Krishna's dust for such a long time, still Kalia did not get mercy of Krishna till Nagapatnis came and offered prayers for Kalia and requested Krishna to forgive him. That is the role of devotees in our lives. Even if you get Krishna's embrace, even if Krishna puts his feet on your head, you don't get Krishna's mercy completely till a devotee offers a prayer. So we need to depend on the mercy of devotees. Nagapatni's role is very prominent in the life of Kaliya. Without Nagapatni's prayers, Kaliya will not be purified as he is done now. So, Kaliya pastime is very striking. It has so many details we can discuss for several hours, but I'll give a quick outline, maybe around 45 minutes or something like that. And a few other pastimes. Now it's exactly 12. So I think I should stop here. Thank you very much. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any questions, comments?
Prabhuji, the passing of Bakasura which you told, Brahmaji and Indra because they saw Krishna. The passing of Aghasur, where after that Brahma Vimohan and Leela happened, or for Indra Govardhan. So these happened after this.
Correct. Bakasur first, when Krishna was hardly 3 years old. Then Aghasur happened when Krishna was 5 years old.
So Brahma knew that Krishna is the Lord.
Brahma knew, but still he gets bewildered. That's the whole point. Na? We also know so many things about Krishna at our little level, but we also forget his glories many times. We may not take him seriously. We may not take his Maha seriously. We may not take his devotee seriously. We may not take his Katha, Krishna Katha seriously. So if Brahma can get bewildered, not to speak of us, we also can get bewildered. But of course, Brahma's bewilderment is because of Yoga Maya, not Mahamaya. Maybe another time we can discuss Brahma Mohan Leela.
This Kaliya, towards the end, you explain exactly how we need to understand Gauranga. And there are many points like our prayers for whom we are preaching. So these are very, this is something that is good to understand, good to take it, because this is a learning for me. It's not only just preaching is going to work, and preaching should not stop, because the way we are dealing with many, and somebody must have helped me also in my journey. So I might not have got this in the first time, but continuously some devotees kept on talking, so that has driven me towards consciousness of, at least towards Krishna consciousness. So this is a good point.
Thank you. Okay, we'll conclude here. Any questions? Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Great Darshan Prabhu ki
Jai.
Thank you. Thanks, Prabhu.